Hey everybody, RockPaperMario here, and welcome to a thrilling installment of Winter's Elementary. We are being chased in Final Fantasy X. We are being hunted down like the dogs that we are. Just for, I don't want to give like way too much like background information because I feel like I want to avoid obscene spoilers as much as possible. But basically, as we join our heroes here in Final Fantasy X in the land of Spira, we are basically after doing something that's after making us less than popular. Let's just put it that way. And as a result, we are having to flee from the Macalania Temple for our lives and hope not to get caught and hope not to get skinned alive by these Quado that are chasing after us. They'll just basically come without end, like they're just an endless stream of Guado, like this chucklehead right here. And basically I just wanted to show off, well basically any chance to record and show off Final Fantasy X is something I've been wanting to do for a long time. Basically, this isn't even actually my own file, funnily enough. This is like my younger brother's file that he started way back in the day. And actually, I just remembered that at the point where he left off, he was either on, he was just about to do the Macalania Temple, or he was just after finish, or the Macalania Cloister of Trials, or he was just finished it or something. What am I doing here? I just want to attack this stupid thing. So basically I knew, oh, if I like start his file, there'd be something cool and wintry and icy that I'll be able to do, because funnily enough, this game doesn't really have all too many like icy, wintry areas. Like, it just doesn't have them. Like, it had, basically this is like the only area, this short little area around like Macalania Temple or whatever is the only really ice. Jesus, he like came running up like nobody's business. Is the only really like ice and snow area. Now you have like the woods, but they're kind of more crystally than icy, in my opinion, so they don't really count. But as well, like, I thought it would be a really great opportunity, because whatever we were going to be doing, it was going to be something dramatic, because this is like one of the more dramatic parts of the game itself. Like, you really are like on the run. There's no like time to waste. You're basically just being hunted down and chased down, and we've got to get out of here. So I figured, oh, it'd be really cool to just like show off that part of the game. I want to attack the this thing here. This thing here, what, the one with the pompadour, Elvis. I can't remember what they're called, a flan, that's what they're called. But basically with all of these battles against these Guado guys, they basically all go the same way. What you want to do is you want to make sure to, you really love using that blizzard on Orin, don't you? What you basically want to do is just make sure to, steal from the Guado guys, because if you don't steal from them right off the bat, then they will counter every attack that you do on them with like a potion that with like auto potion. You can't like stop it, they'll just auto potion and heal themselves by like 1000 HP or something. So like there's no point in even trying to take them out. Well, like, you'll take them out eventually, but there's no point in like breaking your heart trying to take them out when there's no point in trying to like break your heart trying to take them out when they're just going to like heal themselves anyway. So, but yeah, for those of you who haven't never like seen or witnessed like Final Fantasy X, it basically adopts like an extremely like it takes like turn-based to the extreme. Like, it really does. I'm so glad that that didn't confuse me. Like, it takes the idea of turn-based battle. It's not even like an active battle system, really, in the sense that you had in like 8 or 9 even, or even like Final Fantasy 6. Like, it's not like real-time active battling or whatever. Basically, that like little window, why am I using like the D-pad instead of the analog stick? Basically, that little like that little interface up at the top right hand corner that you'll be able to see in just a second here shows you which order everyone's going to take their turn in, and like how many turns everyone gets based on their speed. So as you can see up there in the top right hand corner, it's basically going to go like Tidus, and then that monster in the middle, then Waka, Orin, the monster right at the end, then Tidus, then the Guado, and then the monster in the middle again, based on speed. And if I used something like Haste, which you'll probably see in like one of the battles like coming up, because I'm planning on taking this through to maybe a boss battle coming up. We'll see how like the time goes, but we have all the time in the world here on Winter's Elementary, don't we, folks? As you'll see, when you use like things like Haste, it'll just give you like more turns and make your turns like come faster in the order of business. If you attack Orin one more time, these guys like love attacking Orin for some reason. That's all they've been doing the whole time. Kamari's going to take you out now without a by your leave. Now normally when like you can see like only the characters that take part in battle obviously get the AP, but normally, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to get Yuna to heal everyone up here. Why not? Normally what I would do in like every single battle that I do in this game, I would make sure to like swap in everyone, practically every single battle, like depending on how significant it is. I would make sure to like swap in every different character in the game, just to make sure that they all got a turn, and like just to make sure that everyone got a turn and everyone got like a share of the AP. But like in this part of the game, it's just so battle heavy. Now they do give like really good experience, so maybe it is like a shame to be doing this, but this part of the game is just so battle heavy that it's just not even worth it really. It's just more of a pain in the ass more than anything to be swapping everyone in and out, especially since like the intro to every battle you have to watch them do that like summoning mumbo jumbo just for them to summon the monsters. But as I say, it's like I love like the backdrop of Macalania Temple here. It's a shame I couldn't show off like the temple itself, but try getting in there when we're basically public enemy #1. Sometimes, yeah, I was just gonna say, sometimes even Kamari can hit those guys, but usually it's more worth your while getting Waka in here. Waka Waka, hey, it's time for Africa. You confuse Orin, I swear. Yeah, great job, Orin. Well, that'll like knock me out of it at least, won't it? Let's just get Yuna in here. We might as well give her like a piece of the action before before Waka goes ahead and takes out that other Araman or whatever it's called. Basically, like, I'm not sure like why I'm explaining this like this, but like I'm wondering whether like, oh, has like everyone played Final Fantasy X? But then that's not really like an old. That's not really like a new concept in Final Fantasy games, like just having like palette swaps of like different enemies, because in Final Fantasy X basically there's a very limited range of different enemy types. Like there aren't really all too many different types of enemies. There's like the flan type enemies, the flying type enemies, the tough type enemies, there's like the fast dog type enemies, there's like the fast lizard type enemies, and stuff like that. And there aren't really all too many other ones. Like there are a couple that are kind of more special, but like the majority of enemies fall into those categories. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to maybe like I'm going to like go ahead and, should I even bother doing this? I'm just going to like haste Waka just so like his turn comes up faster. No, I did. That's like the exact wrong enemy I wanted you to use that on. Now they're just going to go ahead and confuse every single one of my party members. Well, except Tidus. Don't you go killing Waka. I wanted you to like kill one of these things here. That's okay, we can get like Yuna in to sort Orin right out here. But, 'cause, like, I don't know, I the regular like bog standard enemies always fall into like generally those categories or whatever, and you learn like very early on in the game. Might as well like steal with Riku, why not? You learn like very early on in the game like which party members are meant to take out which enemies. Like Auron is basically supposed to take out those armored enemies, even though I'm pretty sure they don't like show up until the Mihen whatever low road, Mihen high road or whatever it's called. The place after Luca, the one with the pompadour, Elvis. But like you learn very early on, like, oh well, Tidus is supposed to take out those like dog enemies. Wakka's accuracy is really good, so he's best for taking out like those flying enemies, or enemies with like really high speed and evasion or whatever. Don't you be confusing all my party members. That's like the worst thing. Or killing all my party members. Gotta hand it to Wakka for not getting hit by that twice and not getting confused by it. Do you know what I might do, actually? Because screw this mess. One thing you can also do is just flee every single battle if you want, and Tidus will give like some funny little comment there, just to keep us all entertained, you know. And we can basically just flee. But actually we've got right up to the end here, okay. So yeah, will we save? I'll save, but I won't save over. See, this is like my file down here. This is the last file I was playing, Sin Tower of the Dead. 51 hours isn't even that much, really. Like, you know. I'm actually going to like save on an empty file because I don't want to save over his file. That would be highly rude. But yeah, what way is my party looking at the moment? Okay. I could like do the sphere grid, but ain't nobody got time for that. We've got to get out of here. We can't be like affording to hang around doing the sphere grid nonsense. Here we are in the beautiful crystalline wasteland that is like the area around the Macalania Temple, and we're all half naked except Auron, pretty much. So he must be feeling the cold. Not like this son. Well, no, he's half naked as well. It's the Wampa. This is the boss I was going to like that I was going to show off. Now, what I want to do actually. What if I like haste Wakka? Waka, That's basically like using haste on Wakka is pretty much my priority here. Because in this battle, like, they're going to basically buff him up. They're going to use Berserk. And what I like to do is... No, I don't like to do that. Where is it? Skill. What I like to do... Like, there are a couple of different ways that you can do this. That didn't work, unfortunately. So he's going to, like, pretty much womp Tidus one. Auron, we're going to, like, take you out. That's pretty much why I wanted to use Dark Attack on him, and usually that is like a pretty good like chance of usually that like hits very, very accurately. Like, it has a very good like chance of hitting him, so like that's a shame that that didn't go off. There we go. Let's try this again. Have we got him this? No, that still didn't go through. I'm gonna have to start using Dark Buster here, and they're like really like whittling me down here too. Thank be to Christ. Well, no, did I get Dark on him? No, I didn't. Okay. Well, I'm gonna use Haste on... Who else can I use Haste on? Yuna, I guess, just to keep up with the healing. Jesus Christ. Now what I could do as well... I'm just gonna use Cura on Tidus. Even though, like, that's mostly, like, to protect from... That's mostly like to protect from... There we go, finally we got it on him. Now what I'm going to start doing is stealing from those Guado. Because just like the other Guado that we've been going up against, if you don't steal from them, then if you like try to do any attack whatsoever, if you try to do any attack whatsoever on the Wampa, whatever he's called. So I'm just gonna like try taking you out right now. Is that enough? No! Okay, don't be doing that shit. They'll like heal him as well, that's the problem. Okay, Oren, at least you were able to special. White magic, haste. Well no, what if I like switch back out to Waka? How many attacks is he even going to get? Skill. Like this is a pretty like, and this is what I mean by like the okay, who did I steal from that? There we go. That's who I need to steal from. This is what I mean by like this game kind of takes like, at least it's like using up their turns, I guess, and they're not like tearing me a new one. Okay, which one is like B? That one, okay. Skill, dark attack. Do you know what I could do if... No. What did I... No, I didn't want to switch out to you. I kind of like need to use dark attack on this guy just to kind of like keep up his like... Just to kind of like keep them occupied as well, because that'll like get them to waste their turns. They'll just keep using those eye drops over and over. Okay. I'm gonna risk it. I can always bring people back to life if I really have to. See, this is the thing. Then they'll like, when you take them out, well, there's Waka gone anyway. Waka Waka AA. I better get him like back to bring him back to life straight away. Once you like take out those guys, like those Guado guys, they'll pretty much like take that opportunity to use. Do you know what, Kamari? You have like your overdrive here, so won't you like Ronso rage some person here? Just use jump on him. You might as well. We might as well take the advantage of the fact that you have it and just take him out right now. Stop him like messing us up. It's okay, Kamari, you're allowed to be dead. Now that those guys are gone, I wouldn't say we're like home free, but we certainly don't have like the same pressure on us that we did before. Like, I'm just gonna get him back to life here. We don't have like the same pressure on us like we had before, because I actually need to like rebuff Waka as well, because like they're not going to be like healing like the blind status when we use it. So no, what did I do that for? I wanted to like switch out to Lulu to actually give her some airtime here. The problem is like now it's pretty much just going to take like a whole like slice and dice. We might as well, if I can remember how to do this. If I can remember how to do this. We might as well go all out on this guy. Now if you want, what you can do is you can always just like summon an Aeon with Yuna and take him out that way. And the good thing about the Aeons as well is that it doesn't really even like matter all too much. If like they're not going to get any experience, do you know what I mean? It's like they're not going to get any experience. Dot doesn't have any challenge. When do I need other like special skills? What you can also do is use delay attack on him, I suppose. And what that'll pretty much do is it'll mean that he won't like get as many turns. So if you'll notice that like smoke that was in front of his eyes, that's after like dissipating now. So we're gonna have to like get that going again. And basically now that we've established a pattern, that's pretty much what's going to happen for what other like specials do we have? Oh, a load of useless garbage is what we have. We might as well use like the element reels on him, why not, seeing as we have like a turn with Waka. Okay. And then white, red. Okay, there we go. What was I going to say? Like pretty much like all of the boss battles in this game take the same path. As like once you've established a pattern, you pretty much just stick to that pattern. Like there's not really anything more to it. You know, if I were like smart, I'd be getting like Orin in here and using haste on him, because he's going to be like our heavy hitter, because he can actually, well no, do you know what I could do? Do I have like defense break or whatever, or shell break, or the one with the Pompadour Elvis, so that I can actually like dissipate that crap. Get Waka back in here as well. Just keep an eye on his like eyes all the time. Just make sure. Power break. No, I don't need that. I might as well use this. Shooting star. Yeah, why not? We're gonna go all out here. We only have one Winter's Elementary video to like show off all this crap, so we might as well take the opportunity to do it now. No, he's actually down to 3,704. Once he gets a turn here, he's probably going to go into like, because he does like after a certain time, except he's still not doing it. Maybe it's when he like gets down to, oh my god, did I like screw myself because I didn't like, I never like re-established blind. Here I am talking about like how important it is to like keep like re-establish your pattern here. And pretty much to just keep your pattern going, whatever you do, and then I just do exactly the opposite. So that's the thing, it sounds like simple, but it's so easy to get like, there's so much that you do have to remember, like when it comes to like keeping a pattern going, or when it comes to like establishing a strategy and like keeping it going. Like there's so much that you have to remember all at once, like keep in your head all at the same time. And like after you've done it so many times, it's very easy for just that one time you're gonna like fall out of that pattern. You're just gonna fall out of that pattern, and like it's all gonna go to hell in a handbasket real quick. So, but we took him out. Oh, and it looks like those Guado have finally got off our ass as well. Hey, I thought you were dead. Do you want to maybe join our party? We haven't seen Umaro in a while. That doesn't look good. I'd almost prefer to be being chased by the Guado. Anyway, I think that's actually enough for this Winter's Elementary video. Thank you so much for watching me play Final Fantasy X. A game I would actually love to LP sometime. I'm actually going to leave it go here, because the cutscenes that come up here are pretty much spoilerific in the extreme. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope you liked this video. I will see you next time, and bye now.